Hello there, I'm Phil.
Hey, I'm Roy.
I'm Adnan, the Chief Entrepreneurial Leader, and we're from Buckingham Dagenham College. We are the 2014 Pantrepreneur winners. That's why we're here in India with the lovely backdrop behind us.
Upon arriving to India, we visited Mumbai and then went to the village, and we met this amazing organic farmer called Bashka.
He gave us a little tour about the villages. We saw how the farmers work. So we saw a lady who's a pottery maker using the resources around her.
She was doing all this pot making without any machinery. She was handcrafting them, collecting the clay, molding them, and taking it round and round really nicely, putting some little heart to it. I mean, who does that? I mean, I cannot do that, And then the amount of clay she got, she takes it from the riverbanks herself. Like, there's no one helping her carrying the clay to where she is, and then So to me, that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, if she can do it, then who are you not to do it?
We were shown the importance of cows and how the culture holds the cow and its values of the cows very highly.
Here in India at the moment, the cotton picking season is over, so the step now is to prepare the land. And this is where the cow is so important.
Cows. Well, first of all, I felt the energy, like, wow, we're gonna be washing cows, but on that day you could feel the fear, like it was everyone's first time, like, washing the cows.
I've never been up close to a cow before. I've never washed a cow or fed a cow before, and I've never milked one either. So it's been it's been crazy. It's been really good, and also learning about how manure is processed into fertilizer. Which secondary as well gives gas.
I don't know how it worked, but Bashka had this little switch on, so like it kind of controlled the gas, and that was pretty amazing. And I've never seen such a thing in my life.
We turned up to a village and we were greeted by a lot of the villagers. Word got out really quick that we'd arrived, and they had organised a dance for us right there and then. They had these two sticks, and they would start using them as drums with each other, and then suddenly some beautifully choreographed running around. It looked like there was a battle going on, but yet mathematically correct. They were colliding the sticks and making music, and at the same time singing.
And then, of course, the host was like, okay, the guests can mingle with the children and start dancing. So we were told everyone to get in. So we did all these lungi dances. I was at the front showing some moves. Adnan was doing his little moves as well, taking it to the right, to the left, confusing people.
I couldn't possibly capture how welcoming the villagers were here. I mean, I couldn't have imagined people to have been so nice to complete strangers before, and I think it's really opened my eyes to the world. So we found a temple on the way to Palachi, and we had a little explore and found that people were shaving their heads in the form of rejecting materialism and all about fresh starts. But I thought it was a really nice idea to bring everybody that I've met here and all the experiences I have, and have that fresh start when I go back to the UK and carry it with me. I don't ever want to forget anything I've done here.
To be honest, I felt he was crazy. How can you shave your hair? And then plus, after talking to him, he came here, he decided, you know what, I want to change my life. I want to remove all this negativity. Therefore, let me shave my head. Yeah, so I think to me, it was a really big step for him, and I'm really proud of him because he's ready for change. You know, time for change, usually it doesn't happen like that. You have to know, you have to have that gut feeling that you want to change, and I believe it was the perfect timing for him.
Yeah, I do feel like it's a new start. I feel like I'm going to be going back to the UK with a lot wiser and a lot more experience under my belt.
So a part of this trip was learning how cotton is grown and how it is processed into fine garments. And we started off by visiting one of our good friends. His name is Manny. He owns a large farm of cotton.
So we got to see the first stage of the cotton trail, and that was actually picking the cotton.
It's funny to see something like your clothes being grown out of a field.
If you want to know its quality, you have to pick it up and then, you know, stretch it out so that if the fiber is long, then you know that it's really ready for processing and it's really quality cotton. Ginning basically is the process of separating the cotton from the contaminants and the seeds as well. Cotton from its ginning process is taken to the spinning mill.
We got to see what was initially like a little fluffy bundle get turned into a flawless piece of string, and then from there, after being wound and made more durable, being processed and turned into a piece of linen or fabric.
Yeah, so the cotton from the spinning mill is later on transported to another factory, whereby it undergoes the final process, which is, you know, obviously cutting out the fabric and making it into beautiful garments like your regular t-shirts and pants.
We also had a chance to try our hands at working in the factory.
Phil and I, we are at the packaging area. So basically, we've been allocated work. We have to pack like 30 packs of the clothes and then seal it with the sellotape. And then after that, we unload them on a trolley, and then, as you can see, we arrange them into five stacks. Well, the conditions, well, is pretty much hot. It's humid, so we kind of like sweat a lot.
So after working in the factory, we got the opportunity to actually live with the people that actually worked in said factory. And we all got split apart in our group, and we all had different experiences, and I thoroughly enjoyed mine.
Well, I got off the bike as I arrived at Kana's home. It was a really humble home, nice setting. And then I met his brother, Siva. Yeah, Siva. He was running a mobile accessory shop. So we got to know each other, and then all of a sudden, all these brothers started coming in, introduced themselves. We had like a little lads gathering, you know.
Living with the family, I really got to see how tightly knit they were, and how there wasn't games consoles. There wasn't computers that people just locked themselves away and just, like, you know, just tapped away at for endless hours, like I know that I do. And it was refreshing. It was very refreshing, to say the least. I want to really make a change to the way that I operate at home.
So we've come to the end of our trip, which unfortunately is a sad thing because we've enjoyed ourselves here in India, and for me personally, I've embraced the culture, and my heart is in India already. So if I was to say, like, at least one day extra or a few months, it would be great, but it's sad that we are leaving today. Well, we are at the ashram. So ashram is the center of, you know, gurus, where they conduct their teachings.
The whole mentality here is to take your negative energy and turn it into a positive force.
The main aim and objective of the ashram is individual peace, which leads to the family harmony. Then finally it leads to the world peace.
And with meditation, the idea is to assimilate all of the, amass all of the energy that you have and store it in one point, and then to eventually sink into a nice, deep form of consciousness where you are, as they say, you are aware and you're awake in what appears to be a very deep sleep.
In the second day of our course, we got the chance to, visit the dam. And we had an amazing boat ride. You could feel the breeze, and then there was this you could see like the area is covered with mountains, like some little segments of islands you could see. It was really beautiful.
It gave us the opportunity to reflect on not only the experiences that we've had within this 2 weeks of this project, but also the experiences that we will take back with us once we get back to the UK.
Like we never knew Paths to Poverty would take us to another level. We were just participating like for the sake of it, because it's competition in the college. You'll have that mindset like, oh, we are the best, just internally. And then gradually you go national, competing against other colleges. That's when you start to feel it's becoming real, And then you just do it for the sheer, you put the passion and determination to it. You put the hard work. Then you hope for the best, that's positive energy. And then, the next thing you hear, you're the winners. Okay, you're going to India. So you're probably thinking like, oh, you're gonna have like this amazing holiday, away from work, away from school, away from coursework. It's just, sheer luxury, like just enjoying the swimming pool and stuff. But as soon as we landed, as soon as we talked to these students, as soon as we entered these villages, we were like, that's luxury in itself. That is like pure bliss. Just to see someone smile when they say, thank you. For them to like cook for us, give us flowers, as soon as we enter their houses, it's an experience in itself. Like, I don't know, if you are to be here, you will know how we are feeling, Yeah, forget all the swimming pools, forget all the materialistic things, because that's what it's about. I had that mentality like we're gonna be having a good time, but actually we've had a great time.